So let's talk about micromanaging people's emotions. We have an entire generation in our world right now that because the parent decides, hey, I'm going to protect them in every sense of the way, and while that's great for a parent to try to protect their children, it's not realistic. Let me break that down. I am a parent. Love my child, do anything for my child, okay? I would do anything for my child as far as like when I say that, I mean if someone ever tried to harm her, you will never be found. Just saying. Okay, just saying. As far as protecting her feelings, while I want to protect her feelings from being hurt by friends or fake friends or boys or whatever the deal is, I know that for me to try to micromanage her would be more detrimental to her health, to her mental health, to relationships, to her own sense of who she is. And she needs to learn the hard lessons in life. When people talk about you, how do you react to it? What are you processing when you see something happen? So, oh, this person talked about me, but they're supposed to be my friend, da-da-da. So instead of reacting all depressive, emotionally raw crap, yes, have a pity party for all of 10 seconds and then move on. Okay, and I know some of you out there who are super emotional will say, well, that's just not okay. They need to be able to process their feelings. Yes, process your feelings. Okay, but when you're processing your feelings, you're given this allotment of time for weeks to process your feelings. You know what happens in that moment? You allow your brain and your mind to go all these different directions to the what I like to call what ifs. So now, you know, if you're allowing yourself or you're allowing your child to just ruminate on what if, anxiety starts to build, right? And then they start getting, and what's anxiety? It's fear of the unknown. And when you're not able to manage your own emotions, right, in a healthy manner, in a healthy time frame, then what happens is you got kids who grow up, right? Physically, they grow up. They're still living with you when they're 30 years old because, you know, everything is a trigger. Oh, well, he looked at me wrong. Or he said this to me. Or blah, 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 blah. That's not healthy. Then they go off, right? If they try to go get a job, they can't work because they don't know how to control their emotions in any given situation called life. What a concept. And so, is it going to be easy? Of course not. Growth is never easy. It's uncomfortable for a reason because you're breaking a part of yourself to form something stronger that will last, you know, longer in long term. So you need to allow your children to manage their own emotions. Now, be an ear. If they think they need to have some kind of counsel with it, by all means say, hey, you can talk to me about anything. Most of the time, as close as me and my daughter are, she won't talk to me about certain things. And I get it. I've been a child too. Just like you've been a child, and you have a child, a teenager or whatever, and they're like, it's like you're telling them you could come to me whenever, but they're like, I'll go talk to my friends. Why? Because their peers, they feel like their peers are closer in proximity as far as what they're feeling in that moment, and because we're old, we don't get it anymore, and I get it. Okay, don't be offended by that. If you're offended, if you're an adult parent who's offended by the fact that their child will not come to them and talk to them, get over yourself. It ain't about you, okay? My theory is as long as they're talking to someone, okay, And if I find out that the someone is a child of their age and they're giving them wrong information, I'll correct it. Okay? But I'm not going to step in the middle of it and say, you can't talk to this person anymore. Unless, of course, it's like wild, crazy, like stupid, mental health kind of hospital situations. Then yes, I will totally step in, get involved. And my daughter already knows you don't want me involved. That's a life lesson you're not even prepared for. Okay? Just stay in your lane. Okay? But I've been through it. I have, it's funny, people ask me, it's like, have you ever spoken about your testimony? No. I have never given my testimony. I think it's part of the reason is because I have so many. I have so many testimonies to give. And that's for another video. It's not about me right now. So it's about micromanagement of your children, whether the adult children, their children, teens or whatever. Like, for instance, a good example, when my daughter was about 4 or 5, she was playing on these kind of stilt type things in the backyard, and she fell, right? And kind of skinned up her knee. And, some parents today, a lot of parents today, would probably run and rush to their aid. Oh, poor baby, blah, blah, blah. I did not do that. I did not coddle her in that moment. I sat there and I watched her recognize what happened, absorb that information, process it, and at the age of 4 or 5, she got up, she dusted herself off, and she continued to play. Tip: when parents see stuff like that happen, when a child accidentally hurts themselves or whatever the deal is, your child is going to mirror your behavior. I'm going to say that again for other people. Your child is going to mirror your behavior. So if you're hysterical, or dramatic or whatever in that moment, trying to soothe them, all that stuff, they're going to mirror it. They're going to say, oh, I'm supposed to feel very unsure of myself and I should cry and scream and act out and all this stuff. You picking up what I'm putting down? So if you're calm in that situation and you watch them and see how they react to the situation, and don't step in, don't try to micromanage their feelings or try to do this, that, and the other. They need to learn on their own how to deal with situations. Otherwise, they're never going to move out. They're going to continue to push boundaries. They're going to continue to play you and say, oh, well, they're going to look at you and go, well, my dad or my mom, they allow me to act this way, and if I act out, then they're gonna do this for me, and they're gonna coddle me and do this, that, and the other. That's not healthy. It basically, in a sense, creates a manipulation within their minds that they can do this and get away with it. They can push a boundary with you and get away with it. And then when they can't push a boundary with someone like, I don't know, me or other people in the world, and then they're like freaking out because they're like, what do I do? I don't know how to manage my emotions because they're not allowing me to feel the way I do or even to act the way I do. So I need to be overly dramatic and act like my world's falling apart and da-da-da-da. And I'm the wrong one, baby. Okay, I will look at you. I will assess the situation. And if it's not something I need to be a part of, I will walk away from that situation. Because you need to grow up. You need to handle your own emotions. And I'm here if you need help to kind of guide you, but not to the point where I'm telling you how to feel. I'm telling you what to do. You need to figure out ways to manage your emotions. Okay? And that goes for parents. It really does. Your kids play off your emotions. They mirror them. You're teaching them. You're a model to them. So knock it off. Okay? Jeez. Man up or woman up or boss up, whatever you got to do. Just do it better. Elevate yourself so that they can elevate themselves. Peace out.